It's shortly after 8 o'clock and we got some paid training today. Paid training is something that tracks offer sometimes before events, especially major games like the Junior World Championships, and on a notoriously tough track. That's the track, the lights in the distance. Segulda is known as one of the harder tracks. So they're cleaning the frost. Something I noticed yesterday on the track walk was not here when we were here in October. I know, that's why I got. What's that about?
I love unmatching socks.
They've built this specifically. It's like bowling, the gutters in bowling when you lift them, so you can't go late into 15. Going late into 15 is not good, not fun. The pressure you feel here hits the 5G mark if you go in late. Coaching is tough. And I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. Because there's a difference between coaching and pointing out errors. Watch. So if I told you what to look for and you watched enough, you would be able to see what was wrong. That's easy to do. And you can kind of tell intuitively when an athlete looks panicked or it doesn't look good. Chances are very good that it wasn't good. So it's easy to point out errors, but to coach is completely different. It was way too loud at the track with the music, and it's snowing like crazy. There's a difference between coaching and pointing out errors. I know that a lot of time coaches spend a lot of time pointing out errors, but that's not the purpose of what they do. At least that's not what I think. The trick or the challenge or the trap is that the chances of your athlete in a sport like skeleton having the exact same run that they just did is ridiculously small. So if you coach only on the error that you just saw, you're coaching in the past, and that will never happen again. So just to be able to identify an error is useless. It only helps if you can somehow have gone back in time and changed it before they made that mistake. It's already been done. So a real coach works on the awareness and tries to build that awareness in the athlete. Because if you don't, then you're constantly coaching the past and not making any progress forward. So it's easy after a while of watching to identify an error. That's easy enough. But the mark of a good coach and the real challenge that I love about coaching is to be able to coach the athlete and build an awareness to both at the same time have the athlete perform the skill and identify an error when it pops up. As you develop that relationship and that confidence and that type of self-awareness in the athlete, that's the mark of a good coach. And a great way to tell how well a coach is doing with an athlete is the relationship between the coach and the athlete. The perfect coach-athlete relationship and the sign that the coach has taught the athlete well, not just identified errors, but truly taught the athlete, is when the athlete uses the coach mainly as a sounding board for problem resolution. That's how you know a coach is coaching the techniques and the tendencies and really getting through to the athlete, not just saying, you were wrong here. That's easy to do. Anyone can do it. Every armchair quarterback or everybody who watches football or anything on TV. But the real challenge and the passion that I have and the love of coaching is when you can get the athlete to identify their own errors and have a solution and use you as the sounding board. That's why coaching is tough. It's so much more than just saying you were wrong here or this is how to do it. It means nothing unless the athlete can and does and fixes themselves. That's what I love. That's today's coaching challenge. I just tried something that I don't advise anymore. It just exploded